Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Hope Watts, board certified family physician, health coach, speaker, and lifestyle expert. I'm coming today to speak on a different topic, similar to what we talked about last week, but I wanted to extend the time that we spent talking about gratefulness. And usually we think about it mostly at Thanksgiving, but really it's something we can do throughout the whole year and on various occasions. And some people do it almost every day. So we'll wait to see or allow other people to come. And this week has been an interesting week. I am in New Hampshire, and at this time it is snowing. And it's cold. So it is a different experience, but if you're well prepared for it, you can weather the storm, so to speak. So let's just wait a few more minutes and wait for people to come in. Hopefully this week was good for you and not too many hiccups. I guess we survived Black Friday, Giving Tuesday, and Cyber Monday. I understand the sales were up, and that's probably so because a lot of places probably are not the best places to be at if you don't have to be there. So we'll just do a few more minutes and see how things go. I, for one, decided just to do stuff online. So I thought that was probably the safest thing to do at this time. So let's get started on gratefulness, part 2. Last time, we spoke about gratefulness as we usually do because it's associated with Thanksgiving. And we also talked about some of its benefits. It makes us feel happier, and especially when we are grateful or give something or return the gratitude to someone else. We also touched on the fact that being grateful can improve our physical and emotional well-being. And this is something to think about at this time because we're in a time when many things are uncertain and everyone is not having a good time, especially during this COVID season. But sometimes finding some little thing, some gratefulness, or something that you see as something that you're thankful for can help us weather the storm. Also, being grateful can be a great way to make the most of every day. Since tomorrow is not promised, this is a motivator for some people to just do the best they can every day and be the best that they can be with all people. So let's revisit a definition of gratefulness again that we did at the last meetings for those who have not seen it yet. Gratefulness is being thankful for and appreciating and showing appreciation for what an individual receives. And this can be tangible, like a gift or something, or intangible, like nature, or as some people call a higher being. I call that God. So let's talk about some of the other things that gratefulness can do for us. It can enhance our well-being. Being grateful can bring about a sense of well-being, and this is a sense of satisfaction. Sometimes they say that about people who exercise. They have a better energy, better gratefulness about what they're doing. It is also positively correlated with greater life satisfaction, meaning that yes, things are not going that well, but I feel good about myself and things that are going on around me. Additionally, it has been found that people who express gratitude to each other tend to forgive a lot more. Now let's pull this apart here. How many things are done out of vengefulness, trying to get back at the other person? I don't know about you, but trying to get back to the other person about what they've done or what they've said doesn't solve anything at all. If anything, it makes you feel worse. So when people who are grateful forgive, we know they don't have a short fuse and they're looking for the long term relationship and how well the relationship can do. Also, people who show gratefulness are very optimistic. Now, optimistic is not just all out happiness or something. There are varying degrees of optimisticness, if you will. Research shows that people who are focused on gratitude, they're very optimistic about their lives, and it's highly associated with health and exercise. And from a mindset standpoint, I deal with exercise and weight loss. This can have a tremendous effect on people who are trying to lose weight, or they have an obstacle that they want to accomplish. Being grateful and using those terms, and we're going to talk about how to be more grateful later on, can help people get through some of those things. Being happy. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes we encounter people that are just not happy. Everything that comes out of their mouth is either, oh, that's not going to work, or yeah, but there's always a but in there, and there's always a negative but. More often, these people are extremely negative about everything. It doesn't even matter if something's good. They kind of turn it all the way around and find something negative to say about it. So let me tell you about a situation I was in. I had started working at a specific facility, and things were not going well for this facility. At one point, they had new phones in, and the phones weren't working. Another point, they didn't have enough staff to take care of everyone that was there. So that brought about stress. So this person started talking about the negativity associated with that. And this person went on and on and on until finally I said, can we put a positive spin on this? And they were silent for a while. But they did. They tried to put a positive spin on it. And what I realized was the atmosphere changed. The atmosphere changed dramatically. And they expressed more positive, in more positive ways. They expressed some of the things that were going on. And then I realized some of them were not even saying anything because, like your mom said, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. But studies have shown that persons who participated in a specific study, and they studied their happiness and life satisfaction, they found at the end of 10 weeks, and all the people did was just write a letter to someone stating that they were grateful for what they did. They found after doing this study that people had greater life satisfaction scores and they were more happy. The conclusion is that the more we practice gratitude and the more we express it, we are perpetuating an overall sense of happiness and gratitude. Now, reasons to push the positive perspective, as we discussed a little earlier, just summarizing, it can prevent you from feeling down. Positive people say positive things, so you're going to be upbeat. It doesn't drag you down. And I felt that with all that negativity, I was being dragged down, and sometimes you feel like there's a load and you just can't get from underneath it. And it increases the positivity overall in the situation. Also, persons who practice gratitude can reduce stress. And this was correlated with those who have a higher power, who I feel is God. It can also help with some patients who have depression or anxiety. Now, let me be clear. People who have anxiety and depression can feel positive, but if they are clinically depressed or have a clinical anxiety, being positive is not going to treat that. So let me express that again. If you do have anxiety or depression, yes, you can feel positive, but it is not going to treat depression or anxiety. The study was just showing that if you're feeling down or blue, being positive can help lift your spirits, especially in these uncertain times. The other thing that can happen is what we call the reciprocity effect, meaning that when we express gratitude to others, they want to do the same thing to us or other people. And so it becomes a process where people are willing to be grateful and show gratitude to others. Oh, hi, Dr. Erica. Good to see you today. We're just talking about being grateful and some of the benefits that can arise. And as we said, there are positive effects that we get from being grateful. We feel happy, we feel optimistic, but this can be spread to others. And I wanted to just reiterate what we talked about the last time. I had a friend who was just complaining about the toll booths and how much money the tolls were. Good. I'm really enjoying my gratitude talk also. Thank you, Dr. Erica. And she was complaining. So we finally get up to the toll booth because, when you're waiting to pay your toll, there's always going to be somebody there that didn't have their money or something. So we finally get to the toll. And so she takes out her money and says, "Oh, you don't have to pay the toll. Somebody paid it for you." So I had to turn away and start snickering because she was complaining. So she rushed out of the toll booth and tried to catch up with the person that paid the toll. Needless to say, she didn't. But what she did do was pay for someone else's toll. So that's a part of the reciprocity. She was giving back, even though it wasn't to the same person, but she was giving back and showing her gratitude. And this type of gratitude can reverberate in our families, especially if we don't do it right now, or in our workplaces, if everything is, ho-hum or something. And but it brings about a sense of well-being, and really it helps people cope with certain things that are in certain aspects of their lives. So at this point, I wanted to really talk with people about gratitude on a regular basis. Last time we talked about gratitude and how we get through Thanksgiving. Everybody's thankful for everything. But during this COVID season, I thought that possibly we could learn to be grateful for just little things. And sometimes that helps us get through some of these situations where life is not the best and there's a lot of unexpected things that happen. So I am challenging people to a gratefulness challenge. I will post it on my Facebook page. And what I would like to see is creative ways to show your gratitude. Now, we may not be able to be with our families or our friends like we would like to, but we can do other things. We can get on Zoom and we can be thankful to them. We can send cards and put a little thank you note in there. We can do something nice for our coworker. Maybe it's just a decoration that you saw that you really liked, or they had complimented you on something like your mug or something, and you just got another mug for them. As you can see, expressing gratefulness does not cost a lot of money. Sometimes a written word, the verbal word or written word, speaks volumes about your gratitude. So it could be an auntie that, got on your nerves when you were growing up. She always had the right answer. She always said, nope, don't do that because this is going to happen. And you kind of, you know, said, okay, auntie. And just forgot about some of the things that she said. But as you reflect on it, you realize that out of maybe the 5 things she said to you on a regular basis, at least 4 of them were true. Think about sending her a thank you note. And sometimes, as a friend of mine said, it's never too late to say thank you. So, or it could be a teacher. I heard that Steve Harvey sends one of his teachers a TV every year. So let me give you some backdrop about the story. Steve Harvey was doing a talk about how he was asked in school what he wanted to do when he grew up. So he wrote down he wanted to be on TV. So his teacher asked him, why do you want to be on TV? And he said, I don't know. I just want to be on TV. Now he's about 8 or 9 at the time. So she said, is there anybody in your family on the TV? He said, no. Do you know anybody on the TV? He said, no. So this teacher sent home a note stating that he was not following directions and he did not write down what he wanted to be when he grew up. So his mom was upset, and she told his dad. And so he was up in his room by then trying to figure out, well, what's going on? I thought I was doing the right thing. And he told his dad, he said, well, what did you do? He said, well, I just told the teacher I wanted to be on TV. So he said, look, this is what you do. You give her what she wants. But in the meantime, you write down what you want to do when you grow up. And you look at it every day. And he was very grateful to his dad for telling him that, because now he's on TV on multiple occasions. So gratitude can be expressed in many ways. Now, I will post this on my Facebook page, and I will have you tell me your comments about being grateful. And sometimes we find things to be grateful for that we weren't even thinking about. So I'm hoping that this experience will be a time for you to discover being grateful. And it doesn't have to be big things, it can be little things. It can also be that you haven't done it before. And you're like, well, what is this thing about gratefulness? It's just to start with the small things. Maybe you can't think of 3, and we're asking you to think of 2 or 3 and write down how you feel about it. But above all things, being grateful can bring about a sense of happiness. And it's not like you have something tangible to show for it. It's something you feel inside. And that's all we're trying to say, is that gratefulness can be expressed and we can feel great about it. So I thank you, Dr. Erica, for coming in and listening to what we have to say, because we can always be grateful for something. It doesn't have to be big things, because sometimes big things make us really unhappy and depressed. But I want to thank you for listening to what I have to say, and stay tuned, because I will write a post on my Facebook page and you can start writing down the things that you're grateful for. So this is Dr. Hope Watts, board certified family physician, health coach, speaker, and lifestyle expert. Please follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you, everyone, and we hope to talk with you next week. Bye-bye.